Welcome back to episode 32 of Bishop's Breakdown. We're going to talk SmackDown. We're going to talk about that NBA Finals and my predictions and how that's going. And then we're going to talk the Detroit Tigers and Skubal. And we're going to talk about something I'm going to do tonight. So that and more after the break on Bishop's Breakdown. So like we always do, we're going to break it down. So tune in after the break. I'll be back to you. Hey everyone, it's Bishop. I got something special for you today. On the next bonus episode, I'm breaking down the top 4 teams in college basketball, giving you my insider's take and predictions you won't hear anywhere else. Plus, I'll dive into Vince Russo and John Cena's AEW talk and why he's crazy. No fluff, just straight analysis. This episode is exclusive to my Patreon supporters. For just a few bucks a month, you got bonus episodes like this, exclusive merch, and even a chance to ask me questions directly on a live Q&A session. So if you want in, join the crew now. The link will be in the description, and I'd love to have you on board and make sure you never miss the inside scoop. So break that down. Welcome back. So we're going to talk SmackDown. SmackDown was SmackDown. I really can't wait until it goes back to 2 hours because this is a chore. There's a whole bunch of nothing going on in this show. So I'm only going to talk about the somethings. The show kicked off, Cody Rhodes, Gunther calling out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out because Gunther's mad because his foot was under the rope at the last PLE Clash in Italy. And there shouldn't have been a pin. And he feels that he should have won or whatever. And they're all going back and forth. And then Sami Zayn come out because why not? Sami Zayn got nothing better to do in catering, so he's coming out to interject himself in this, which I'm having a feeling that whatever happens out of these two, sooner or later is going to be a triple threat somewhere. And maybe, and just maybe, who knows? But the rematch for this is in 2 weeks. The rematch between Cody Rhodes and Gunther for the WWE Undisputed Championship is in 2 weeks in Kansas City. So either it's going to be a fudge finish again, back-to-back fudge finishes, and Sammy interferes or gets caught interfering, and they throw out the match, and then at Night of Champions is going to be Gunther, Cody, Sammy, triple threat. Sure. I don't know why they just announce that now and just build towards that match instead of having a random match in 2 weeks, knowing that it's not going to be an authentic finish. And then because they've been setting it up that the Judgment Day is going to be in the finals or win it, and so Liv and Dom's going to be king and queen. So on SmackDown, they started that concessions, the errors in their ways, the in group fighting between Liv and Raquel. So Raquel won her fatal 4-way, and so in the back, Liv was like, yeah, me and Daddy Dom, blah, 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 we're going to be the king and the queens. And Raquel's like, dog, I'm in the tournament too. I just, so it could be me, so like something's going to happen that Liv and Raquel is going to cross paths in this tournament. And that's when somebody leaves the group. I don't know. But Raquel moves on. Chad Gable is back. Not as El Grande OG, El Grande Americana, but as Chad Gable. And, he's talking to Penta. He's apologizing to Ray Phoenix. He's a babyface right now. So until I see otherwise, Chad Gable is back. And I hope he comes on Raw and challenges Penta for the Intercontinental Championship and finally wins the title that he definitely deserves. And then we get some BS with the MFTs and Royce Keys and Tyler Tonga beats Royce Keys and R-Truth comes out, tries to help him, and he gets taken down. And Priest's like, "What are you doing, man? We don't need to interfere with this. This is not nothing to do with us. Whatever." whatever. And then he gets taken away, and then Royce gets beat up, and Sola's like, "You better join us, or else, because blah blah blah. You ain't got no family no more, because Jacob fought twos with the ones, and clearly you the twos because you ain't with them, or something." And then the other fatal four way, which had Braun Breaker in it, so I'm like, yeah, Braun Breaker's gonna win and face Obafemi. And that's probably when Brock Lesnar comes in, interferes, and costs Obafemi the match, because Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman guys, it fits. Instead of, I already beat him, so why do I even care what he's doing? If Oba would have won at Clash, then I'd be like, oh, he can't beat him, so he's gonna screw his life up. But there's no, yeah. So, but Dirty Dom wins and moves on to that match, and Oba can't lose to Dirty Dom like straight up. So what kind of fudge finish is going to happen? The Judgment Day is going to help. JD McDonough is going to distract Oba, and he's going to get a roll up or something. Clearly, they're setting it up to having a rubber match at SummerSlam. So Brock Lesnar has to appear and cost him, and then they're going to go back and forth until Brock Lesnar and Obafemi agrees on a match. But that's SmackDown, and it's just a dredge. And SmackDown is just, I don't know what they need to do, but they need to turn it up to 11, because right now it's at like 6.5, and it's just, I'm falling asleep watching it, and just I have to pause it and rewind it because I miss stuff, because it's just a ugh. It's a chore. It's a job now, and wrestling's not supposed to be a job. It's supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be something I'm going to do in my spare time, enjoying what they present on my television screen. But they haven't been doing that as of late, and that's the problem with 3 hours, and you got basically an hour of filler, sometimes more. But at least with 2 hours, they'll have less filler. And then maybe they'll have some wrestling. Maybe they'll have some good storyline, because they only got so much TV time available to them. So they have to like maximize their minutes. And hopefully that's the turnaround. But as of right now, I don't even see if 2 hours is going to do it. But I'm praying and hoping for the best. But after this break, we're going to talk about NBA Finals. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball with Skubal, and something special I'm doing tonight. So check this guy out. This episode is brought to you by W Energy, the clean energy drink mix built for gamers, creators, and grinders like us. No jitters, no crash, no artificial dyes, just smooth, long-lasting focus whenever I'm breaking down WWE storylines, debating NBA, or just recording late at night. It's zero sugars, packed with vitamins and nutrients, and it actually keeps you locked in without the shaky feeling. Head to w.gg and use code Bishop's Breakdown at checkout and save 10%. So level up your energy, and let's get back to the breakdown. And thanks for supporting the show. Man, that was a cool, dude. But welcome back. So let's talk NBA Finals. All right, let's. Yes, I know. My prediction is all screwed up. It's all done. There's no way the Spurs are going to win in 5, because they haven't won a game at home in the NBA Finals. They're down 0-2 with Game 3 tonight from Madison Square Garden, NYC. I thought, based on what they did in the Western Conference Finals, that they were ready to take that step to mount something of an effort, like a full game effort. I'm a Lions fan, and I know how it is to have a lead going into the fourth quarter and just bumbled it and just bleh, and just happy to be in with the lead, but not closing games. I understand all that. I've seen teams, the first 3 quarters, they're like the best team in the world, and then something happens and they get complacent and they just let the lead just slip. And they're not battle tested enough to overcome when they're losing a lead like that. Clearly, they're not playing to their potential, and the Knicks are just just steps above them. They are reaching for the brass ring and not letting anything stop them. They went on a road and took down the Spurs 2-0. And it's not like the Spurs didn't have a chance to win these games. So let's see. Game 1, they led by 14. Game 2, they led by 12. That's 2 double-digit leads that they lost at home. It's not like they lost these on the road, and you can give them that because they're young, and Madison Square Garden is going to be bananas tonight, and that would be understandable. But you're at home. You're doing what you're supposed to do by putting up points, stopping them on the defensive side of the ball, and getting a lead. But once Brunson and Hart and Cat and they're all doing these things to mount a comeback, they had no answers for these people. And Wembanyama is just turning the ball over and playing like a rookie, even though he's not a rookie. But this team is young, and they just don't have as of right now, the way I see it, after watching 2 games on the NBA Finals, it might be over for them. They're just not doing the things that they need to overcome when teams make comebacks. When things are close, they don't have that Mamba mentality, the assassin, the killer, like they don't have that person that will stop the Knicks' momentum and switch it back on for the Spurs and flip the script and take the momentum back after they lost the lead. Like this is all it's going to take for them. That if they would have just turned it up one of these 2 games, it's a different series. But they're down 2 games going into hostile territory. And you know that New York Knicks fans are going to be hostile. You got Spike Lee. The president of the United States has said he's going to show up. So there's going to be madness in the house, the mecca of basketball. The mecca that's going to be the mecca again if these New York Knicks can win this NBA championship, which from watching the 2 games, that's what they're going to do. And I know I joke and say, look at the curse. But numbers don't lie. Since Danhausen said, you're not cursed no more, they ain't lost. Like they just haven't lost. And I unless Victor and Castle can sit in their locker room and look at themselves in the mirror and say, we have to step up. We have to punch them in the mouth and keep them down and can't give up leads whatsoever. Whether it's a double-digit lead or a 1-point lead, they have to be able to close these games or this series is over. If they lose tonight, I don't see them making a comeback to even bring it to 7 games, let alone win this series respectively. And yes, Knicks fans, sorry. I drunk the Kool-Aid, but Victor is special. I don't care what he's doing right now, but he still has time to get those tools that he needs to be a closer. I mean, these playoffs, he's grown a lot, and he has a lot of growing to do. And this outcome is terrible. It's nasty. It looks horrible. I don't want to sweep in the NBA Finals. I don't want to sweep in any of the NBA playoff series. I want every series to go 7 games because I love me some basketball, and I love this time of year because the best play the best. And when they get swept, it just feels like it's one team and then the other team is just they shouldn't have been there. If they're getting swept at this stage of the season, at this stage of the game, they don't deserve to be in those positions. Yes, I said it. They don't deserve to be in this position. If the Spurs get swept, they didn't deserve to be in this position. They should have The Thunder should have been there. Maybe they would have put a better effort. But they got to learn, like I said, mark my words, they have to learn how to close out games. If they don't do that, clearly this series is done and over with. Look into next season. Look into the NBA draft. Look into the combine. Look into the summer league. Back to the new season, where everybody starts 0-0, with the Knicks raising the banner. But if Victor can turn the switch and think and look himself in the mirror and say, I am 7 feet 100. I'm the tallest dude on the planet. And I'm really good at this game of basketball. And I need to not turn the ball over, make shots, make open shots, get my teammates involved, get rebounds, block shots, run the floor, drive to the hoop, get fouled, hit my free throws. Basics things that if Victor does, he is hard to stop. And then what they're going to do, double and triple him, then his co-stars, his teammates need to make those open shots. When Victor is getting double and triple teamed, those teammates of his needs to make those open shots, and then they'll be unstoppable. But until then, until they can do it in these NBA finals, it feels like it's just a wrap. I don't want it to be a wrap, because I still think the Spurs are a really good team. But like I said, they haven't played that way for 4 quarters. They've played 2-3 quarters of good basketball, and then they get complacent and they just say, well, we're just happy to be here. And that's not what a heart of a champion is supposed to be. If you have a heart of a champion, you look at adversity and you flip the switch. Like I said, Mamba mentality is that. When things go down, it shows your true character, your true will, whether or not you embrace that adversity and turn it up a notch and rise to occasion and do things and win these games, win these tight games, when your lead just slips out of your fingertips. And when you don't do these things, then it's like you just say, oh well, we were up, dang, oh shucks, and that's not the NBA final, competitor from the Western Conference. You gonna have to do something, but we're gonna see how much determination and heart the San Antonio Spurs have tonight in a hostile environment. I'm gonna tune in. Hope y'all tune in, and I will let you know what my thoughts on whether they Spurs lose down 0-3 and how it's over, or they took a victory and now it's 2-1. They look good, but that's the way they're gonna have to play excellent ball from start to finish. There's no lulls in this game. If they go down and can't make a comeback, it's over. If they come back, if they have a big lead going into halftime or even the fourth quarter, and Brunson and them boys start heating up and make it close with 4-5 minutes left of the game, the Knicks have shown in this win streak that nothing is going to stop them from winning the title. And when they show that fortitude, and the Spurs have no answers for this fortitude, I remember not so long ago that they said Cat is soft as goose poop, soft as Charmin toilet paper. But he clearly he's doing the things he needs to do and not afraid of Victor. And Victor needs to realize that Cat ain't Chet Holmgren. All right? This ain't the Oklahoma City Thunder when you had their number. This is the New York Knicks. And you need to play to their ability and not just be happy that you won the Western Conference against the Thunder in 7 games. You have to take that momentum and take it higher and build on that success if you want to win the title. If y'all don't want to win the title, then get swept. But I know professional athletes who getting paid millions of dollars, especially young players, they got a chip on their shoulder, and they want to win that championship. They want to bring that title to San Antonio. And like I said, we'll see in Game 3 tonight. Let's talk Detroit Tigers and Skubal. And about a month ago, maybe a little bit less than a month ago, he had surgery. They said he's going to be out for months. Tell me why yesterday he had a rehab start in Western Michigan. And this is his line. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 6 Ks on 54 pitches. He threw 44 strikes and topped out at the speed of 99 miles per hour. Insane. But I don't think he's 100% healthy. I don't think he should rush himself back. I know the Tigers aren't playing to the best of their ability. I know Skubal and their teammates know or think or believe that they're World Series caliber team, which is fantastic. That's what you want every single team that takes that diamond to have they think they're going to, it's their year. Every game. I can't fault him on that. I dig it. But if Skubal gets hurt again, he might be out for the year or longer. And it's not beneficial for him or the Tigers to rush him back just for him to maybe get hurt again. It might be out for the months that they were saying. This month might not be a few months. This month might be like 5, 6, 8 months. And that's detrimental to any playoff hopes they got. Without Skubal, this Tigers team ain't making the playoffs. I guarantee you that. So someone needs to save Skubal to himself. So Skubal, if you're hearing this, please make sure you're closest 100% as possible. I'm thinking 95% healthy before you even think about coming back to pitching. It's hard on your elbows. It's hard on your body. And if you're not up to snuff, you're gonna hurt yourself. I know the ego. I know you're a competitor, and I love you for it. But please think about what you're doing before you step out on that mound and throw some pitches, because they're gonna need a lot of you to get out of this hole and make a playoff run. Like if you want to make the playoffs, you might need to take a couple weeks, a month off more, and make sure you're there. You're there, and don't rush back. Because there's been tons of players, not just in baseball, but the NFL, NHL, NBA, who got hurt, came back early, got hurt again, and then out for the year. You don't want that for you in your career. You don't want that for your team, the Detroit Tigers. So make sure you're ready. Because if you're not, you need to take a sit down, take a break, and make sure you're 100% before you think about coming back to the regular season, the regular swing of things. And that's my thought, and that's how I break it down. But tonight, I'm attending a very special, my first ever one-piece trading card game pre-release for OP16. It's a little event where you get some 6 booster packs to make your own starter deck. You play games. If you win, you get a special card that has a winner on it. And you get the ability to buy the new set early, a week early. And I'm just down to have fun. I know I've only played like 2 or 3 full games, and that was under, a teacher. So this is my first game going in solo, and I don't think I'm going to win. But I'm going to try anyway, because it's about how I'm going to learn from this. And going forward, I need to practice. I need You know, like I understand practice. Yeah, I'm talking about practice. I need practice, and you can't practice, by yourself. You got to practice with people. And I'll go in, and if I lose, I lose. But in the long run, I'm winning. So stay tuned to that because after all that, I'm gonna show you what I got from my packs, and I might try to get a box, and I'll do that opening. So hit that bell for the notification because I'm sure that I'm going to flood your feed with NBA Finals reaction, with the One Piece trading card pack opening. Maybe I'll even get some more NBA or NFL cards. So just don't forget to like, subscribe, right up here, and hit the bell for your notification because your boy Bishop is bringing the heat every single moment I have. Because my free time is for your time. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick recap episode. I'm going to get to Raw tonight and NBA Finals Game 3. So I got a lot to cover next week on Monday. Maybe I'll pull out the episode a little early, maybe Saturday. But so keep tuned. That's why you got to hit the notification button because if I drop them bombs, at least you'll be the first to know that Bishop got you. So like a great man once said, deuces. Ooses. And I'm out. Deuce.